Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Mitch's 영어 Coaching, here to help you speak English better, speak English more professionally, more confidently, more comfortably. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and press subscribe because every week I'm giving you several videos a week for you to practice, for you to learn, some phrases for you to learn, some useful tips for you to use in business and to help you with your English, okay? So subscribe to this channel, keep coming back, and I will keep giving you these lessons, okay? Hopefully they're helping. If they are, give me a little comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Again, if you have any requests, things that you want me to talk about in these videos, I'm happy to do it. So just put in the comments, I want to hear a lesson about this topic, or can you tell me how to use this phrase, or can you tell me the best way to whatever, and I will make a video for you right away, okay? So anything you want to know, just ask me in the comments and I'll make a video for you and help you out, okay? So today we're going to talk about what to do when someone throws an impossible deadline at you. Let's say your manager or the client, customer, they give you just an impossible deadline. You just can't, it's not going to happen. You can't do it. You don't have enough time. You're too busy. What do you say? Okay, you can't just say, no, that's impossible. That's not gonna work, right? No, I can't do it. Sorry, it's impossible. You might not have a job, so then you'll have lots of free time, yeah? Or a customer, client, you can't just tell them no. It looks uncooperative when you do that. It looks like you're not willing to try, okay? But saying yes to something that you can't deliver is even worse. That's not good either, right? You can't just say yes to everything. That's not good either. That's not professional. So here, what I'm going to talk about in this video today is how to push back while looking highly competent. Push back means how to resist saying yes to everything, how to say no, but still looking very competent and looking very professional and sounding very professional. Okay, I'm going to teach you some useful phrases here to use. So 3 steps here, okay? 3 pushback strategies, okay? Ways to push back from somebody. First of all, we're going to call it the quality first framing. Frame this conversation around the quality. Quality is first priority. You want to offer the best quality. So rushing may not be the best option. Okay, if you say it like that, the other person, the boss, might say, yeah, you know what, we don't want to rush this. So instead of saying, no, I don't have time to do that by Friday, I just don't have time, I'm too busy. Try to say it like this instead. To ensure the quality of this report, we would need until Tuesday to finalize it. We're going to need until at least next Tuesday to finalize it. And that's just to ensure the quality of this report. I really want this to be good quality. I don't want to rush it. So if possible, it's always good to say that, if possible, would we be able to push this back until next Tuesday? Okay, that's a good way to ask for some more time, but you're going to emphasize the fact that you want to ensure good quality. Okay, that's important because, as I said, both parties want the quality to be good. Okay, so it's a little more reasonable than just saying, I don't have time for that. Okay, so that's the first step. The second strategy here, scope, scale, trade-off. Okay, scope means the scope of this project. Okay, the smaller version of the project, a tighter deadline, or a full version of the project a little later. So in other words, I can do this, but the scope will be smaller. I have to trade off here. So instead of saying, no, I can't do this whole slide deck by tomorrow. I don't have time to finish this slide deck by tomorrow. Okay, that may be true, but don't say it like that. Say it like this. Okay, if tomorrow is a hard deadline, we can deliver a high-level summary of the slides. We can then send the complete deck next Monday. Hard deadline means must be done by tomorrow. All right, then I think I can give you a good rough draft, you could say. Rough draft or a high-level summary of the slides or get the basic slides done. But then if it's possible the next Monday, I could send you the finalized version, okay, which would give me more time to work on it. Okay, so that's a decent trade-off, right? We're going to change the scope, right? I can give you something. I can't give you exactly what you're asking for, but I can give you kind of a smaller version, and then later, a little bit later, not that long later, but a little bit later, I can give you what you're asking, the full package, what you're asking for. Okay, so that's another thing you can do. Trade off the size of the scope of what you can and can't do in that time frame. Okay, and then the third strategy we'll call the priority consultation. Okay, in other words, you're going to consult with your manager, your supervisor. You're going to let the manager choose which of your current tasks should be delayed. Okay, because you have so many things going on, you're working on other projects, but you can't just say, oh, I'm too busy with other things. You can't say that to your boss. So you could ask your boss, consult with your boss, say, I'm currently finalizing the audit report. If this new task takes priority, should I put the audit report on hold? Okay, that means I'm doing this. If you want me to do this, should I wait on doing that one? Okay, so I'm currently finalizing this project, whatever the project is. Doesn't have to be audit report, that's just an example. I'm currently finalizing this project. If this new task takes priority, that means top priority, it's most important. Should I, just ask the question, should I put this project on hold? On hold means just put it off, delay that project. And that way your boss can say, yeah, definitely, this one is priority, this is more important. Or your boss might say, you know what, no, I think the other one needs to get done first. So focus on that one and then come to this one. And then now you've got a little more time to finish everything. But if you can see the difference, right? If you just say, oh, I'm too busy, I can't do it. Totally different answer, totally different response you're going to get from your boss, okay? So very important, the way you frame your sentences, okay? Framing, we call this framing. It's very important how to frame your sentences politely and give the right, proper details and in the proper strategy to get the other person, whether it's your boss or customer, client, coworker, to get the other person to understand your position and to maybe compromise a little bit. Okay, very, very useful phrases for you. Obviously, you will want to change them for your project or your whatever you're working on, but you can use the basic structures that I gave you in this video, use them for the next time you need to kind of get some more time or move a deadline, or you just have to deliver the bad news that you can't finish something. Try to use one of these strategies or all three, whatever you need. All right, everybody, I hope that helps. I hope it helps. Try it out next time you have a deadline. I'll see you in the next video.